Good afternoon, badass artists. I am Mia Luyando, and we are back to continue our coloring adventure in Ladies of Loradale. We've been working on this cute little dress. We started on Wednesday, I think it was, and we worked on her skirt, and we were just adding different colors to capture some shine and texture. And so now the only thing that I did was color her hat and that was just a peach color and colors that we used in the little skirt, and obviously that wasn't a whole lot, but today we're going to work on her little outfit and her stockings, and hopefully we have enough time after that to do her hair maybe. We'll see about some flowers. I'm not really sure how much time we'll have left, but we will see. So I'm thinking of doing like a little orange, maybe a little orange outfit, or kind of maybe a reddish color. But let's see how it goes. We've been using Evazar London's, and we'll continue on with that. Let me grab that set. It's right here. And I will put the link in the description below. This is called Burnt Orange. And let's go in and just start in the darker areas where the seams and the shadowy parts of the dress are. And we're just kind of outlining where all these little patterns are. That's where the brocade, I suppose, is. And these pencils are really soft, and they go on really easy. You don't need a whole lot of pressure. They've got a lot of pigment. I really like these pencils. They're a good chunky pencil. They've got a little bit of weight to them, and I like that. I appreciate that. I know a lot of people are like, no, I really like light pencils. They keep my hands from getting tired. I like to feel a little weight when I'm working. Everybody's different. That's just me. But I like these pencils. Now this is one of those fabrics that you can see through. And it's got lots of bunches on this side, so you really can't see too much. But on this side, we've got a few, folds and creases, but we're gonna be able to see her arm, the skin through this material. So we're just gonna be nice and easy, because wherever there's a fold in the material, it's gonna be darker. And we're going to leave that little cuff there, and this little spot there for the lace. And this is a pretty shadowy area, so we'll go ahead and give it some brighter colors through here. This deeper, it's a little really shadowy. So I'm giving it some extra pressure, making it kind of bright. I definitely want her little skirt to show up. Let's go ahead and make her little shoes orange too. I love these little French Renaissance shoes, these little cute little shoes. And I'm going to hold that one out. I'm going to get a black. This is onyx. And I'm going to just kind of go around the bottom of the shoe. I'm not blacking it out, but I wanted to show that, you know, that's the sole. And all of the little, you know, bows and poofs are taken care of here. I'm not trying to get too fancy with the shoes. And now I'm going to come back up to her little outfit. And I'm looking. There it is. This one's called Light Salmon. I'm just going to kind of go in here and fill in this area. We knew it was going to happen. One tip down. Okay, I'm happy with that. Now when we go in and we do her skin, obviously we'll do her legs too, and we'll just make the stockings kind of like a fishnet. We'll just go in and make this hosiery black. We'll just kind of bring out the pattern here. But we'll add her skin, her little arms and everything, and then you'll be able to see how to do the skin tone through the fabric. But before we get into that one, I want to go ahead and do her hair and her flowers, And that way all that we have left is just her little jewelry and her skin tone. So let's jump over and grab a red color. Well, no, that one says maroon, but it sure doesn't, sure looks like a dark red. How about this one, cherry red? Now I'm gonna go in just easy. I'm not making different color flowers this time. We're not gonna do a medley of flowers. These are pretty small. And I'm gonna just kind of touch the shadowy parts. Obviously, that's kind of where I start. And I'm not doing a lot of detail on these flowers because we've got a lot going on. And I'm kind of making the executive decision that we're just going to kind of block these flowers in. And I think these are going to be some of those special dark red and yellow flowers. And for those of you who've been with me a while, you know I'm not super patient with flowers, so whenever there's a shortcut I can kind of bounce around, I usually take it. That's why the flower tutorials are a big deal, because I don't do them very often. What you can see I'm doing is just kind of touching this dark color and all the shaded parts. And then what I'm going to do is find a deep kind of a goldenrod or an orangey yellow. This one is called mustard. And I wanted it to be kind of a deep yellow. And I'm going to kind of pull this around. I saw some of these at the grocery store the other day. They were so pretty. They were really dark red, but then they had these beautiful yellow petals, and I was like, those are too pretty. I'm putting them in my coloring. I'm sure they're lab grown somehow. I don't know how they get designer flowers like that. But I was doing my shopping and I was like, oh, those are so pretty. And I'm not coloring all of the petal in. I'm coloring just, like I said, these shadowy parts. A lot of this in her hair is shaded. And from there, I'm going to get bright, happy yellow buttermilk. And I'm going to top these pretty roses off. I also have a tendency to press too hard when I'm rushing along. But But you can see this colors the flower in. It gives it a mottled kind of appearance. You can definitely tell that, you know, we've colored the whole flower, and it still has this pretty kind of watercolor effect. I'm a matchy person too on some of this stuff, so I probably go a little overboard in the colors, but I thought it would look pretty. We'll add a little foliage in here in a second, but I want to make sure I touch all the petals. But you'll see me doing all kinds of shortcuts with flowers. I don't generally have a lot of patience with all the petals. And I know that's a big deal for some people. Flowers are their thing, and that's awesome. But when it comes to coloring them, let me grab a green and add a little bit of foliage here. And this one is called Aloe Vera. I'm just going to add here and there. I'm not doing a whole lot. And I'm just sort of inventing these leaves. These aren't anything that's supposed to stand out to you guys as, oh wait, that's a leaf. No, I'm just kind of tucking these in. I'm inventing them as I go along. I always think it looks a little better when there's a little bit of green here and there. But that's just me, and you absolutely don't have to do this. But that kind of looks good, I think. Now, her hair. Let's just give her a little brunette. A little brunette kind of a golden brown. This is olive green, but it's more of a brown. I'm just adding a little bit of color, pulling it up, kind of little flicks like little eyelashes. You don't want to completely cover it. That's the highlight part. You want to go over that with either a lighter color or more of a gray, but a lighter color definitely. Let me see, how about camel? Definitely a light brown color. bit more dark brown in there. This one's called Mocha. Okay. Now since we've got this darker brown color out, let's make these little golden parts of her necklace stand out. The dark brown goes kind of in the nook and cranny parts of the gold. Anything that's like a bright yellow gold is going to have dark brown shadows. And you can just kind of work your way around. And then the next color is going to be more like a rusty brown color. And since this area that we're working with is pretty small, I'm not laying a lot of these colors down. We'll do like big headbands of gold and silver. The Celestia book came out yesterday, and there's a lot of little halos and that kind of thing in that book that we'll be exploring gold and silver and bronze and that kind of stuff in that book. My copy arrives tomorrow, so we'll get started on some stuff next week in Celestia. The thing about gold is the highlights are bright yellow, so I usually go right in wherever the light is shining brightest, and you can see the yellow. But like I said, don't stress yourselves out over this jewelry. And if you want to wait until we have another tutorial or two, I know a few of you are still kind of confused over, like the jewels and getting the reflections right and all of that. And that's absolutely okay if you want to hold off on these little baubles here. It's 100%. Because actually, I think what we'll do is just make these more like diamonds, and the diamonds have lots of different colors in them. So what we'll do is we'll just start out by outlining in white so that we know that we're working with a clear reflective surface. And we've got quite a few of these little baubles too. Want to we'll add this again, this little white lacy area, because we'll have to go in and do the skin tone and all of that. So we've got a long way yet to go. Not a long way as in hours and hours, but we've got a few more things that we need to do before we go in and touch up all the jewels. We've got background to add and that stuff also. So next time we will do her skin. We will add the skin underneath the see-through, kind of like this silky organza material. We will add her little hosiery. We will do her gemstones, and we will add the background. Okay, everybody, if you found this video helpful, please give me a thumbs up. It helps other badass artists out there who are looking for tips and tricks. It helps them find us, and they can hang out with us and color along. I hope that this was helpful. If there's something that you'd like to see or a certain brand of pencil that you'd like me to try out, let me know in the comments below. I will add a link to the Facebook group. If you'd like to share your colorings and your adventures with us over there, absolutely come join us. And I think that does it for the day. We will be back. See you next time.